nevertheless, there is the feeling on the right, and President Sarkozy said it very explicitly, that he is the victim of left-wing judges who are seeking revenge, but for his tough criminal law or criminal justice policies when he was in power.
The former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been released from prison just 3 weeks into a 5-year jail sentence. Sarkozy is appealing against a conviction for getting money from the former Libyan dictator Gaddafi. Adam Sage covers France for The Times, regular on this programme. Adam, morning to you.
Good morning.
How did he get out 3 weeks into a 5-year jail sentence?
Well, the decision to jail him have been controversial because he is appealing under French criminal justice system. It's quite common appeals are an automatic right in France, and it's quite common for people to be allowed to stay out of prison whilst their appeals are being heard, unless there's a risk of the suspect absconding, causing more disorder or tampering with evidence. Sarkozy's lawyers argued that in this case, he's obviously far too well known to abscond. He's not going to tamper with the evidence, and that there was no reason to keep him in prison pending his appeal.
Is that fair enough, or will people accept that? That sounds like that's not an unreasonable thing to argue.
Well, I think France is divided over this. President Sarkozy, Nicolas Sarkozy, who was president between 2007 and 2012, remains an important figure on the French right. The French right-wing voters were absolutely outraged that he was put in prison, and they're happy that he's out. The left, on the whole, tend to see this as a favour to him, whipped up by a very big campaign to get him out of prison. Fair enough, or not, it very much depends on which side of the political fence you're on.
And would that even include the further right people, the Le Pen lot? Would they be pro-Sarkozy?
Yes, they do seem to be. They weren't, of course, when he was president. No. And Marine Le Pen was his adversary and a strong opponent of him. They're now coming round to backing him. I think they're backing him for two reasons, really. One is because Marine Le Pen is trying to put out feelers to right-wing, mainstream right-wing voters, people who like Nicolas Sarkozy. So I think it's a way of appealing to them. Secondly, she is also facing legal problems of her own. She was convicted in a corruption case and banned for standing for office straight away. She would also want this ban lifted pending her appeal. So I think they have a common ground, a common interest over this.
And if the lesson of Donald Trump is anything, the idea of lawfare, the idea of people using the law in the political realm, is a very potent one in modern politics, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. It's slightly different in this case because I think that President Sarkozy, who's now 70, who was president a long time ago, I don't know whether he dreams of coming back to power, but he certainly hasn't said so, and I think it seems very unlikely. So the idea that this is a way by left-wing judges or some kind of left-wing conspiracy to stop him coming back to power, as in Donald Trump's case, it doesn't really work in France. But nevertheless, there is the feeling on the right, and President Sarkozy said it very explicitly, that he is the victim of left-wing judges who are seeking revenge, but for his tough criminal law or criminal justice policies when he was in power.
I wonder how many of the books he took to prison he got a chance to read, because that was a story, wasn't he? Didn't he take The Count of Monte Cristo with him to prison, which has a famous escape in it?
Yes, absolutely, and it's a very long book. I mean, it's a 2-tome book, so I don't know whether he read it. I mean, he's always mocked for being slightly illiterate here, for not reading very much. I mean, he's written quite a lot himself, but and for not having a great grasp of French language or grammar. So that's of course a stereotype and probably a very unfair one, but that's the way that his critics mock him here. So they are very unlikely that he got through that, and also a biography of Jesus Christ as well.
It's an ambitious, but that's what prison can be there for, a bit of reading time. Adam, great to speak to you as ever.
Thank you.
That's Adam Sage, who covers France for The Times. I went on Alexis Conran's show to give
Un mot, réaction.
Ensemble, c'est bien. Non, je suis en
pareil, mais moi on a 19 sur le coup.
Elle c'est 10. Oula. Avec. Il y a les petits lycées au-dessus de la ville ouest, c'est écrit dans le lycée, au début j'étais là. Voilà, ils me voient là-bas. Et ils m'ont dit que c'est mort.
Ja, aber was ist das?
Juline, la caméra de Juline va percher. La caméra de Juline.
C'est parfait.
Comment on peut juste avoir un mot? Dans quel état d'esprit vous l'avez retrouvé?
Juste un mot, je vous souhaite une bonne soirée et je vais essayer de rentrer dans ma voiture.
Qu'est-ce qu'il vous dit?
Ah ouais, j'entends, mais là j'ai mes instructions. Je fais au mieux. Pardon? Vous voulez aller où? Je comprends pas. C'est où? Elle est où? Là, pour l'instant, je ne peux pas. Là, actuellement, je ne peux pas vous laisser passer. Je ne peux pas venir à part. Là.
Jean Sarkozy. Monsieur Sarkozy. Monsieur Sarkozy.
Nicolas, 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 Nicolas.
À l'Élysée. Nicolas, à l'Élysée, pas à la santé.
Contre la justice, contre la justice.
Nicolas, Nicolas, Nicolas.
Sarkozy qui vient de descendre, vous l'avez suivi, donc elle se met tous. Sarkozy